Hi, welcome back to the Scent Advocate. Tonight we're going to Argentina. I've never been, but I've always wanted to go. And these are the fragrances that I think I'd wear if I were going because they have various aspects that bring Argentina to mind. Tell me if you agree in the comments below. Tonight's beverage of choice is tea. This is, again, my favorite genmaicha with toasted brown rice, and I absolutely love it. I've got a water chaser over there. So all of these fragrances, and I'll explain with each one, have something about them that is reminiscent for me of Argentina. Let's jump right in. This is so much fun. Okay. The first is Mixed Emotions by Byredo. Now, this fragrance has a very special note in it, and it's mate. So my understanding is that when you go to Argentina, that is a fantastic local beverage that is very commonly drunk, and I've actually never had it, but I know there are several fragrances out there that contain the note more prominently than this, but I have heard that as mate goes, this is a favorite, a good one. So the notes in this are black currant mate, violet leaf, birch, and papyrus. By the way, this is a 2021 release. It is an EDP. It's 50 ml and it goes for $235. There is a dark tea feel in here, but at the same time, it is smoky, deep, rich, grapey, but not in the candy way. This is a grape skin, almost a sweet wine accord, but that, of course, is the black currant. Really beautifully done here. And the mate just adds to the richness. The violet leaf, I think, gives it a pretty green as opposed to a sharp green like a tomato leaf. It's not like that at all. And yet it's not as powdery as, a violet flower note would be. The papyrus, I can't really detect. Same with the birch. I think there's a woodiness to it, a very slight woodiness, but it's more of an anchor than a prominent note, more of a texture thing. Absolutely gorgeous. Mixed emotions. Argentina because of the mate tea. Do you love it? Moving on, we've got Dragonfly by Zoologist. Why? The grasslands, the beautiful pastured grasslands of Argentina. This fragrance takes me to a beautiful, dewy morning on a hilly pasture where animals are grazing in the background. It's lush, fragrant, lots of lovely clover and, early stages of wildflowers. Let me get into it. So the notes in this are rain, a fantasy note, obviously, aldehydes, heliotrope, peony, lemon, rice, lotus, iris, clover, cherry blossom, musk, papyrus, oak moss, sandalwood, and amber. Very earthy green and oh so pleasant. There is a softness from the rice, the aquatic feel that kind of gives it that dewy, wet grass feeling. The aldehydes give it a levity. The lemon, a brightness, and the cherry blossom gives it that, beginning of a floral wildflower feel. The oak moss is the earth beneath it all, giving it depth and strength and maturity. And the background on the bottle, by the way, this is a 2017 release. It's 60 ml. It's an EDP, and it goes for about $200. Now, the bottle says the perfumer is Celine Burrell. I think that's correct, but I've also read Juan Perez, so I'm not 100% sure, but the bottle says Celine Burrell, sorry. This is so beautiful. I absolutely adore it. This is very unisex, by the way. So is this. This is a cooler time of the year, maybe. I wouldn't wear this in the heavy heat of a summer day. This I would wear probably in the warmer months, definitely during the day. I mean, you could wear anything you want, whenever you want, but I would wear this during the day. I would grab this, very easy reach, as opposed to evening or cooler months. Absolutely stunning. Dragonfly by Zoologist. And speaking of pastures, what do we find in Argentina grazing on the pastures? Cows. Zoologist. You guys, this is so much fun. I had a blast picking these. All right. So this is a 60 ml extrait. It goes for about $200, and it's a 2022 release. The nose behind this is Natalie Feistauer. This is a fruity, woody fragrance. The notes are, oh gosh, it's so beautiful. Sage, apple, milk, lily of the valley, heliotrope, violet, jasmine, cedar, vetiver, benzoin, musk, and amber. This is so beautiful. Apple, milk, violet, just all beautiful. Happy cows in a beautiful pasture with, you know, Kelly green grass that smells like this. Like a butter commercial. Absolutely. Maybe we're in Ireland as opposed to Argentina now. Why not? Ireland it doesn't have, you know, a patent on beautiful green fields and butter, right? No, we can have that in Argentina as well, and that's it. This is universally pleasing. It's beautiful. It's spring-like, but I think the milk gives it something of a heavier feel. Maybe it's a little bit of that benzoin, and the musk and the amber also give it a bit of depth, so that if you wanted to wear this in the cooler months, you could absolutely get away with it. I wouldn't go around sweating in this, but it is an easy reach, very commercially pleasing. If you're looking to get someone a niche fragrance and they're used to, you know, the more traditional commercial brands, this would definitely be a great gateway fragrance. This is Cow by Zoologist, and we know that Argentina is famous for its cows and its beef, and that's why this took me to Argentina. Moving on, speaking of cows, right? Cows, milk, Argentina, ice cream. I hear they have the best ice cream this side of the world. Some may say that in Europe it's Italy, you know, with the gelatos and spumonies and all that, but I am inclined to think that, at least for the purposes of this evening's discussion, it is Argentina. And I don't have any ice cream fragrances in my collection, but I have one hell of a Crema di Latte by Hilde Soliani. Oh yes, this is a milk bomb, my friends. Stunning, 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 by the queen of gourmands herself, Hilde Soliani. It's a musky gourmand. This is a 2012 release. This is 100 ml. It's an EDP, and it goes for about $185. The notes in this are milk, sugar, vanilla. I get a tiny bit of musk in this. I sometimes get ylang ylang. Yeah, ylang ylang and some musk in addition to the milk, sugar, and vanilla. There's something wearable about this. So I think that's a big um, issue that people have with gourmands. Oh, I don't want to smell like food. You will if you wear this, but it's more wearable than other gourmands. Not all, but more wearable than many because of that unnamed ylang ylang note and musk note. These are what I pick up though. And as always in these videos, I'm telling you what I get. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what the perfumer wanted you to get, but that's what I pick up. There are times when the notes listed I just do not get at all. I don't pick up on them at all. And I am loath to talk about those notes when I do not detect them, right? I mean, presumably you're here wanting to know what my take is on it, or you watch fragrance channels to get the take of others as well. And sometimes there's a disparity between what the perfumer wants you to pick up and what a real life person picks up. Not that perfumers aren't alive. They certainly are. I'm just saying, a non-interested consumer like myself. There we go. And so I get more than the listed notes with this. I find it very wearable, and although I do not know Hilde Soliani, I can only imagine that she might be pleased by me finding even more depth to the fragrance being so exquisite that it seems inevitable that it would form the milky foundation of the amazing helados you could get in Argentina, made from the milk of those amazing cows in the incredible pastures. A gorgeous vanilla ice cream, I can only imagine. Now, I am not an ice cream fan. I am one of the few people out there who just doesn't care for this stuff. But I have always promised myself that if I ever went to Argentina, I would have ice cream. I don't hate ice cream. Just not my thing, right? Like I wouldn't go for it. I tend to be more of a savory type person than, into sweets. Just my 2 cents. Okay. Next, let's talk about Argentinian wine. Oh, gosh. I love a good wine. And I deeply respect the wines coming out of Argentina. And from my collection, I have a wine-forward fragrance. It is Magenta Pop by Parfumerie. Very complex. The nose behind this is Prin Rose. This is a 30 ml EDP. It's a 2020 release, and it goes for about $90 to $100. This is dark, rich, smoky, wine forward. The notes are on the bottle, and they are amazing. So we've got blueberry leather, gingerbread orris, grape, honeycomb, red wine. Oh yes, licorice, rose, orange, cedarwood, amber, caramel, tobacco, cinnamon, and civet. It is so beautiful. This is very sexy. You're drinking wine at one of those amazing restaurants where you had dinner and there are street lights, and imagine there's music and people dance, and they're dancing like a slow tango. And this is what they're wearing. You bet. They're drinking a local Malbec, and they're wearing this. And it's not hot, but it's not cool. But the dancing makes you get a little bit of a shine to your skin, and it makes this just bloom, and all is right with the world. Heavenly. That is Argentina. Magenta Pop by Parfumerie. All right, next, let's go to the southernmost point of Argentina. The southernmost point, we have Tierra del Fuego, Land of Fire. Makes me think of Winter of '99 by Kerosene Y. because this smells like smoky burned wood. The kind of wood that would be in the forests headed down in the general direction of Tierra del Fuego, which, by the way, is a region that I believe is shared between Chile and Argentina, headed toward the southernmost tip, from which you would take a boat and sail off into the area of Antarctica, if you were so inclined. But before we get there, we're at Tierra del Fuego, smoky vanilla wood. This is 100 mil. It's an EDP. It's a 2019 release, and it goes for $164. The notes are vanilla, woods, molasses, and nutmeg. And oh my gosh, is this gorgeous. This is one of the best smoky, fiery fragrances I have ever experienced. It's incredible. This would be lovely if you are kind of trekking on a trail, eventually making your way to a boat to take you across the water to another location. I'll get to some of those in a minute. Hang tight. The smell of the cold, the spiciness of a beverage you're drinking, maybe it's a hot spiced tea, and a fire faintly burning from a house. Maybe there's a fire in the fireplace and it's giving off that beautiful smell of burned apple or cherry wood, and the atmosphere, the cold but not too cold, the warmth of your spiced tea, the adventure ahead. This is what it smells like. Winter of 99 by Kerosene. Exquisite stuff for your trip to Tierra del Fuego. And as you sail on past the landscape of the continent you just left, you come to a set of islands, the Falklands. Oh, yes. Now, I don't have a fragrance in my collection named after the Falkland Islands, or that would make me necessarily think directly of the Falkland Islands, but I think about their history, their political affiliations, and I did have a fragrance. It is Jersey by Chanel. Why? Jersey is a British island. So are the Falklands. They're off the coast of Argentina. So that is the correlation, my friends. I wish I had a Falkland Islands fragrance. I do not. Jersey is the closest I could get. I hope it makes sense to all of you. This is Jacques Polge. It is a 75 mil. It is a 2011 release. It is, I think it's an EDP. And it goes for $355. The notes in this are lavender, musk, vanilla, tonka bean, wildflowers, grass, rose, and jasmine. Is it named after Jersey Island? No. It's named after a fabric, Jersey fabric. But who cares anyway? Because this would be fabulous anytime. This is one of the easiest reaches there is in my collection. It is a beautiful cotton musk, natural kind of outdoorsy fragrance. It's perfect for any occasion. You could wear this in the cold, you could wear this in the heat, you could wear this in the day, you could wear this in the night. It is one of the truly universal fragrances out of the House of Chanel and out of any house. This, I can't believe I don't hear more about it. It is wonderful. By the way, I'm curious, for those of you who have tried other fabric named fragrances, how do you find, especially those with a cotton, an implication that it is a cotton-based fragrance, how does that compare to this? Guerlain just came out with a new line, and I've talked about one that I have in my collection now, but um, there's one called Poplin, and I have Tool, but there are others, and I'm just curious, what are your favorite fabric-based fragrances? Especially those that are meant to be cotton in nature. For me, I absolutely love Jersey by Chanel. Again, it makes me think of the Falklands, which are not Argentinian, but they definitely wanted them to be. There was a battle over it years ago in about 1982, and the British won. But hey, why not? If you were on your way to the Falklands on a day trip from Argentina, you could absolutely wear this and feel fantastic. Jersey by Chanel. And after you visit the Falkland Islands, after having left Argentina, excuse me, you would be on your way further south, and you would eventually hit the region of Antarctica where the penguins live. Oh yes, zoologist, penguin. So I've known some people who've gone to Argentina with the purpose of touring the Falklands and then going to, this was actually their tour route, going to, I guess there's a part of Antarctica you can go to and observe the penguins and their natural habitat. And so that's what made me think of this. Certainly if I were to go to Argentina, that would be on my list of things to do. This is a fabulous fragrance. The nose behind this is Chiquinamura. This is a 60 ml extrait. It's a 2024 release, and it goes for about $200. The notes in this are Arctic air, fantasy note obviously, ice accord, another fantasy note, juniper berries, pink pepper, saffron, cyst absolute, sandalwood, musk, sea moss, and suede. This smells, yeah, like a cold ocean with lots of icebergs. Not the kind that will sink a ship or anything, but, like the kind that are just bobbing around, It's a wonderful thing to, as a perfumer, I can imagine, create something with this much of a feeling, this much of a photorealistic experience in wearing it. This feels like a cold weather region, no question. Anyone, I can't, I guess let me put it a different way. I can't imagine anyone not getting that out of this. And the way the notes combine to create the smell of cold, Antarctic cold. Does it smell any different in the Arctic? I don't know. The truth is I've never been to either pole, but how different could they be, right? This is amazing. I absolutely love it. I wear this even when it's not winter time. In fact, I like this in the morning. I find it very energizing. I am not inclined to reach for it on very hot, muggy mornings, but definitely in the spring, I like to wear this. This is, there's definitely juniper that pops out in this. The suede, definitely. The sea greenery, yes, but it's not fishy in any way. It's, you're just sailing around on that boat headed to Antarctica, and there's, oh look, there's a beluga whale, kind of blowing air out of its blowhole, and you're just having this amazing once in a lifetime experience checking out the local wildlife, and you're wearing this incredible fragrance. And it is Penguin by Zoologist. So that's it. What do you guys think of these fragrances? Did this take you successfully through Argentina? Everything from, the Pampas through the trip off of the edge into Antarctica. Did I succeed? What did I leave out? I'm sure there's an ice cream fragrance out there or a cowboy, a vaquero fragrance out there that I didn't have in my collection, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So please, please, please send me your Argentina fantasy fragrances in the comments below. And hey, if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. And also let me know what country we should go to next. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.